guys? Okay, all right, you might hear some similar responses and questions. That's okay though. I'm gonna try to make this a little more interactive, sort of on the fly. For those of you who happen to maybe not know who I am Griffin Burns. I'm a voice actor, been doing this for about a dozen years now. I voice Doppio in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Akira in Devilman Crybaby, Ryota in Kakegurui, who really doesn't say anything, Cold Grice in Attack on Titan, Child in Genshin Impact, Muichiro in Demon Slayer, can't wait for season 3, and many, many others. This is a panel on Genshin, but feel free to ask about anything. It does not have to just be about Genshin. It could be about how to get into voice acting. It could be about what's your favorite color, or like what's your favorite food, whatever. I want to make this fun for you guys. So first off, I thought I would, I'll tell you how I got my role, and then I was going to go around, and if people want to share their stories of how they got into Genshin, when you started playing, and stuff like that. So it was probably the beginning of COVID when I got the audition for Genshin Impact. It did not have Genshin Impact on the sides or the script. They call it the script the sides or copy. But I think it did say Child parentheses Tartaglia on it. And so I got this audition through my agent, and I read for it from home in my home studio, and I didn't think too much of it. They gave me some notes, some direction notes of like what the character was like. I took my best shot at it, sent it out as an MP3 to my agent, and I think it may have been 3 or 4 weeks later, maybe even longer, where I got an email saying, hey, you booked this role. So that's how I got involved in it. Had no idea it was going to be like a huge, huge success of a game, and that my character in particular would be popular. But it's been so much fun. It's opened so many doors. I would not be seated here today if I hadn't done Genshin and started doing conventions and stuff like that, or done doing so much social media. So it's been super fun, and that's sort of my story of getting into Genshin. Now I'd love to hear from some volunteers of what brought you into Genshin. Have you made friends through it? Who do you main? Stuff like that. So who would like to share their story? You can come up. I can give you the microphone, and you can just tell us. Keep it relatively brief of your story getting into Genshin Impact. Who would like to go? You right here?
Yes.
And tell us your name before you start.
Hello, my name is Is it on?
It is on.
I don't know if I can hear through my mask.
Yeah, can everybody?
Yeah. My name is Sarah, and I got into Genshin Impact through Alejandro Saab streaming it as Sayu VTuber.
Nice.
And that's pretty much it.
Who do you main?
I don't main anyone because I'm afraid my wallet is going to cry.
What's your AR level?
I don't have one. I haven't started it yet.
Oh,
I just watch people stream it for now.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, all right.
But I think I'm going to start it soon because Ayato, I've heard, is coming back, and I really want Ayato.
All right, well, give it up. Thank you so much for coming up. Any other brave volunteers want to share their story? Go for it.
So, my name is Oku. I straight up love the design of D-Luke so much so that I literally made this cosplay without even playing it, without any prior knowledge on Genshin.
Whoa.
And one day I was just like, you know what, I might as well play it, I might as well get into it. My wallet is crying. And I met a lot of actually really cool people through it. I have a friend all the way in like Italy from playing the game, so
Did they get upset with the pronunciation of Tartaglia?
Not really.
Okay.
Actually, when the Fatu Harbingers, like all of them got released, they were laughing over Totore and Pantalone because it's Italian.
Right.
And they were like, I can't believe that it's just doctor in pants. So,
That's hilarious.
but I'm AR 55, almost 56. And I'm in Zhao at the moment.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right, give it up. Nice, thank you for sharing. Anyone else want to share their story? Yes, you right here, Kaya.
Sorry.
There you go, tell us your name.
My name is Raven, and I started playing Genshin Venti's first rerun after my younger sibling begged me for over a month to start playing, and now I'm AR 50 and I am still a Kaya main.
Woo! Yeah. Thank you. Anyone else want to come up? You in the red wig?
I'm Elle. I got into Genshin ironically because just all my friends started playing it, and so I was like, okay, I'll get on this train. I main Diluc and Zhao because they both do the most damage currently, so they're somehow intertwined. I'm AR 58 currently.
Nice.
So I started when Zhongli banner dropped. And ironically, that's when I started paying money because I wanted him and the banner was going to end in a week. And I just started.
Anyone can relate to that story?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
Awesome, thank you for sharing. You, sir. Yes. There you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi, my name is Sam. So I got into Genshin Impact when I was stuck in quarantine when I was at basic training for the Air Force. I had a lot of time to kill, and I had our phones back, so I'm like, okay, this looks cool, and I got into it, and then after I got back from basic, I just went all out every single day, playing the game, doing my commissions at least. I don't really have a main because I change up my team every single day, so I kind of use everybody. And I just got AR 58 the other day.
Nice. Thanks for sharing.
Thank
you
you.
for your service.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
Give it up. That's awesome. Okay, we got more right here. Yeah, and then we'll switch it up. We'll do some Q&A, and then we can come back to this if you guys want to. Here you go.
Okay, I'm gonna be completely honest. I originally found Genshin off of TikTok, and immediately I fell in love with Venti's design, everything about him, and I downloaded the game. And then a month later, my group chat was talking about it mainly because one person played. That was it. And from there, everyone in my group chat started playing. So I finally started playing. I originally downloaded it around Venti's first rerun. My first 5-star was Tartaglia, and
Heck yeah! Woo! It's delicious. So delicious.
I right now main Venti. I had to pay $50 to get him though, because my friend made me wish on Ganyu's banner, and I got a 5-star. And I'm AR 47.
Nice. This almost feels like one of those meetings. Anyways, let's do a little Q&A now. So if you have any questions for me, my career, or if you want to hear anyone else's stories, just let me know. Yes, you. What's my favorite line? That's a tough question. I do like his standing around line. This place is pretty dead. By which I mean there's nothing to kill. That one's fun. Anyone else? Yes, you.
What's the most emotional scene you've recorded so far?
For Genshin or for anything?
Anything.
Okay, good question. So the most emotional scene I've ever recorded, actually there's a tie. One of them would be Jintan and Anohana. Anybody know Anohana? It's a very sad one, especially at the end. We found you, Menma. I know, tissues. And then the other one would be, has anyone seen Vinland Saga? The Canute scene with, I forget the guy's name right now, but basically his caretaker, that is just really, really, really sad. And I was legit crying when I performed that, so gave it some realism.
Thank you.
Thanks for the question. Yes, you.
What was your favorite scene that you recorded in Genshin so far?
Favorite scene? I like all the scenes with his brother too, sir. I think those are pretty cute. Yeah. Anyone else? Oh, yes, you, over there.
So I watched a video you made about getting into voice acting.
Yeah.
Tips in there, and specifically I wanted to ask, what would be your advice on creating a demo when you don't have any prior experience?
Sure. How would you create a demo if you don't have any prior experience? Well, the best way would be to hire somebody. Hire a professional that specializes in voiceover demo production, and there's a lot of people out there, and nowadays you can do it remotely. So as long as you have a good home recording setup, you can patch in to somebody that's in Florida or New York or wherever, and they can capture your audio and create a demo with you. If you are in a major city, it's probably better to go into a studio, but that's the ultimate way to do it. It does cost a good amount of money. When I was starting 12 years ago, my demo was $1,400. Now they're like $2,500. They're kind of, it's the most important thing you could have to start your career is your demo. It is your calling card. So I would not skimp on that. But if you say are short on some funds and you just want to get going on, say, like a pay-to-play site, like a voices.com, just if you have some recording equipment, copy some commercials down, like try to mimic, listen to what's out there on the radio or TV or games or video or anime or whatever, and piece together your own thing. It's not going to be perfect. The quality probably will not match, the professional stuff out there, but it's at least something. So that's what I would do. Any other questions? Yes, you. Weirdest or funniest voice acting job? I have a funny story of, I was recording this commercial for Six Flags / Coca-Cola, and I was seated on a stool while I was recording, but the job was to sound like you were on a roller coaster. So I was trying to get really into it, and the lines literally were like like that. So as soon as I crescendoed, I flipped off my chair. I hit, there's like a big sound baffle behind me on casters, on wheels, and I hit it and broke it. Like I broke the wheel right off. And I had no idea that the engineer was also the owner of the studio. So he came in and was like, are you okay? Also, you broke my shit. But yeah, that was funny. Yes, you.
One quick question and then
Sure.
another one that's a little bit longer. But
Okay, two-parter.
who's your favorite Genshin character besides Child?
Okay, well, I haven't played a ton of the game, but I do main Razor, and he's like pretty powerful. He's a little slow, but he's powerful.
That was my first
Yeah. Cool.
And then, what series would you want to get into that you're not already in?
What series? Let's see. There's a lot of series out there. It'd be cool to be in One Piece. It'd be cool to be in My Hero. It would be cool to be in like a video game franchise like Uncharted or Tomb Raider. And then if for original animation, I said this last night, but if they ever brought back King of the Hill, I would love to be in King of the Hill.
Yes.
Like, I don't care. I could play like the kid in the grocery store, giving Hank Hill issues with, God dang it, that's not what I asked for. Whatever. I just think that'd be so fun. I like Mike Judge a lot. Yes, you.
Do you have any other tips for getting into voice acting?
Sure. Do I have any other tips for getting into voice acting? I mean, that's pretty broad. Are anything like specific along the way, like demos, agents, stuff like that?
Probably agents.
Okay. So, assuming that you have had some experience with voice acting, maybe done a few jobs or more, have been taking some classes, whatever. The next step after getting your demo produced is to get an agent. And something that a lot of people don't know is that you can have an agent in every major metropolitan area. So like LA, you could have your LA agent, but outside of that you could have Denver, Portland, Dallas, East Coast, wherever. I have like 5 or 6 regional agents in addition to my Los Angeles agent. So if I relied only on my LA agent, I wouldn't have as robust of a career, but because I have all these other agents, sometimes I'm booking a lot through Denver. Somebody on Instagram asked me today, hey, are you the voice of this Colorado Credit Union spot? It sounds like Child talking to me on the radio. And it caught my attention because I was like, yeah, that is me. So yeah, I would just really diversify. You don't have to narrow yourself down. And if you're gonna do voiceover as a profession, diversify. And there's so many genres. There's anime, there's video games, there's promos, trailers, commercials. So if you're pretty good at a lot of them, you're gonna get more work. And
Also,
yeah.
prior to getting an agent, how do you find jobs?
So I started on pay-to-play websites like voices.com and Voice123. There are a host of issues with those sites that I could go over in a whole other panel, but they are a decent place to start. my warning to anybody that's gonna do that is just know what voiceover pays, know the rates, because a lot of people are like, oh cool, this commercial, it pays $100. It's only one line, and it's a national commercial, and you should have made $10,000 or whatever. So know your rates, but I'd say start there.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yes, you.
What does your average workday look like?
Average workday, it really varies. Some weeks I have 2 sessions, some I have 12. Typically, auditions start rolling in around 8 or 9 a.m. I have agents that are East Coast, so sometimes they come in earlier. But I'm pretty much at my home studio fielding auditions and then doing an occasional session. And that goes pretty much between normal work hours, like 9 to 6. Yes, you.
So I know Victor doesn't have a lot of lines yet.
No, he doesn't.
Is it hard to voice him because he's so like
Soft-spoken?
yeah, and kind of he doesn't change the pitch in his voice?
No, it's not too hard to do. I mean, what was the shape of that cloud again? He's very soft-spoken. I've heard though from people that come to my table and have me, sign like Demon Slayer manga books and stuff, that season 3 is gonna really change and that he's really involved. So I'm really curious to hear how his voice might change, because if he's like, fighting a lot or doing like more action,
I've read through that, so he does do quite a bit.
So I have a feeling that he's not going to be as soft-spoken. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but we'll have to see. I feel like maybe he'll like amplify his voice a little bit more, which would be kind of fun. Tartaglia.
I kind of have 2 questions.
Mm-hmm.
One, have you watched any of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure since you are in it?
I've caught like little segments. I haven't seen much of it, to be honest.
Okay, so who is your favorite character that you've like seen from what you've seen?
Diavolo. I think Kellen Goff's performance is freaking awesome.
Yeah.
I can't believe he can make his voice sound the way he does.
Yeah.
Like he has such a good range, and he can sound believably older, like way older, and I respect that, because it's hard for me to sort of, I feel like I have a relatively narrowish window of like maybe teens to 30, early 30s, but I feel like he could go 50s or 60s, I don't know. Anybody else a fan of Kellen Goff's? Yeah? Yeah. Other questions? Yes, you. Mm-hmm.
So if you could pick any other character in an existing series to voice, who would you want to like swap your voice with there?
Pre-existing. I would take the lead character in 7 Deadly Sins. Kick Bryce out for a moment.
What about
Within
within Genshin?
Genshin, I feel like I could do razors. Me hungry. Me lonely. Me thirsty too. Any other questions? Yes, you.
Sorry for this question Griffin had asked. When you started voice acting, did you ever think you have such a big role as a
No, I didn't.
And how did you feel when you played that?
I assume everybody heard that. How did I feel once I got sort of the role in Genshin, and did I ever dream that I would have a role like that? I had been doing VO for 12 years prior, or maybe 10 years prior to Genshin, and I started in commercials. A lot of my voiceover work, I didn't even get into anime or video games until 6 or 7 years into my career. So I was a little late to the anime world, and I didn't realize that the fan base could be so large. So no, I didn't expect it, and it's been really exciting for me. I didn't treat social media very seriously before, but now that there's a lot of engagement online and people seem to like some of the things I do, some of my antics, it's encouraged me. So yeah, it's been a surprise. It's been really fun. Yes, you.
So, I know that like Charles has interacted with quite a few characters in Genshin. What was like your favorite interaction to voice, or if you could pick who would you pick?
So when we record, I don't ever hear the other voices, unfortunately. So like, when I go into a session, which is at my house in a booth, I'm reading lines to no one, essentially. And maybe sometimes the director will read to me. So it's kind of hard to answer that, but I think his interactions with John Lee are fun. I'm not sure how to answer the second part. I don't know. Who do you think would, like, you're asking like who could he engage with more for like a different storyline? Or?
Just like you like doing your lines for him interacting with Sean Lee.
Mm.
Like, if he hasn't had one for Ito yet, would you think that would be funny, or would you be like?
That would be funny. Yeah, because they're kind of in a similar vein, right? They're kind of like both. Your words, not mine. They're both himbos. They're both Tartaglias. Oh, it's like, what's going on over there? Yes, you?
So you mentioned that you really respect some other voice actors. I was wondering if there's like any particular people that kind of inspired you to start.
Yeah, when I was new to LA and I didn't know anything, does anybody know Bob Bergen, the voice of Porky Pig, by chance?
Yes.
Okay, he was really, really friendly. I just went on, when I was nobody voice, like hadn't done a voiceover role, I wrote him on his website and he actually wrote me back and was like, I'll take a call with you for 20 minutes if you want some advice. So that was really cool. And there were a few other people when I started that took some time and just gave me some notes. I made my own demo at first. I actually recorded it myself and like pulled music, and I sent it to this guy, Mark Cashman, or Mark Grau actually, and said, hey, do you think this sounds okay? And he gave me notes. And then I was inspired by like Greg Sipes, because he's a younger sounding voice talent who's done really well. So there's some really nice people in the industry, and I think that that's what makes voiceover unique in LA. The on-camera world isn't quite like that. I feel like people are a little more, there's a little more ego, but with voiceover, people are more willing to help. So I really like the community. Any other questions? Yes, you.
Are there any Genshin foods you like to try?
Genshin foods? Those skewers look pretty good. I'm a huge fan of Mediterranean food, so I like chicken shawarma, beef shawarma. It looks like that. So, how about you?
I really like Zhongli's dish.
What's Zhongli's dish? Ah, sounds good. Nice. Yes, you over there.
You mentioned that somebody asked about like a credit card commercial or something, and that you were in it. What is the most like out there thing you've ever had your voice in, and have you ever like heard it in real life and been like, oh, that's me?
So true story. I voiced a gay sex chat line. Yeah, and like 8 years ago, I got this job on Voice 123 for Manscan, and I voiced their entire phone tree. So like, press 1 for whatever. So that was interesting. I looked for it. I could not find it. I really wanted to call in. But yeah, I also voiced a robot. I voiced Jibo, which was the first social robot for the home, and was on Time Magazine in 2017. And I recorded on that project for like 5 months, and that product failed miserably. Does anybody know what Jibo is or ever heard of it? You have? Yeah, so it was this like cute little robot with like a round head and like like a big dot for an eye, and it just like swiveled around, and ideally you'd walk in the room and it'd be like, hello, Michael, do you need the weather reported to you or whatever, So it was like a Google Home or an Alexa, but it flopped. Yes, you. Am I happy that I got into anime and gaming? Absolutely. It's been really fun. I will say anime is actually one of the most challenging genres of voice acting to do, because in addition to having to match the flaps, so timing is so important, but it's also just super dynamic and emotionally, I mean, as you know, like a lot of anime is dramatic, and you have like extreme yelling, extreme crying, so, and believe it or not, it's probably the lowest paying voiceover work out there too. So, and it, you know, you have to really just kind of like doing it. But yeah, and then what was the other question? Was there another part to your question? Forget. Oh, right. More original animation. So like stuff for like Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon. And then I want to get my music career up and running. I'm in a band called New Girlfriend, and thanks to the Genshin fandom, we're starting to get some serious plays on Spotify, which is amazing. But I'd love to do more like tours and play shows and stuff like that. So, yes, you in the blue shirt.
Okay, so with the recent Uncharted movie, Nolan North made a cameo in it.
Yeah.
Is that something you'd ever be open to doing if they live action one of your
Oh my gosh, yes, that would be amazing. I've done a little on-camera work, and yeah, it's super fun. If I had that opportunity, I would jump at it. At the end, Jean-Lee.
What is your favorite thing about Child as a character?
My favorite thing about Child as a character is that he's kind of duplicitous. Like, he seems like he's a good guy, but he also could be kind of a bad guy, right? And sort of playing that line of tonally when you're voicing him of, you know, just on the edge of like good and bad is challenging, but also kind of fun. I think that's what honestly gives him his appeal, probably. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yes, you.
So, one, have you seen the Fatui Harbinger designs and the trailer? And two, who is your favorite Fatui Harbinger design and just in general from what you could get from the trailer?
Sure. Did I see the new Fatui trailer? Yes, I did. In fact, I was given a preview of it when I recorded my one line in that. The funny thing is that they released that like only 2 weeks after I recorded that line, and the trailer that they showed me was like a line sketch. Like, it was just like really, really rough, and I cannot believe that it was polished and ready in 2 weeks. They must have worked so fast on that. I think it's El Capitan. I thought his design was cool. I'm just also partial because Chris is a friend, Tagliaferra, so I don't know. I'll have to see more of them before I can make a really good judgment on that. Yes, you.
What is your favorite voice line?
I think we already had that question. It was the "This place is pretty dead" one. That's okay. Do you have another question? It's okay. We'll come back to you. Yes.
I wanted to know what your favorite part of Matsuricon has been so far.
It's meeting everybody face to face and hearing your story about, you know, how you got into the game, or sharing like your favorite TikToks or whatever. Like, that's really fun. I think that's always the best part, is the people. Yes, you.
So I heard that with recording Genshin, you don't need to see like the character's mouth like matching it up.
That's right.
Is that true? And is it harder to record like
It's easier because you don't have to match time. If there's a cutscene, and sometimes there are cutscenes that they do dub to, but most of it is, I guess you would say, prelay. So the lines are there, there's no timing restrictions. We do a couple takes of each line. The director gets it to where they want it, and that's that. Yeah. You in the back.
Do you have a favorite child meme?
Do I have a favorite child meme? There are so many. I think Tartaglia is really funny. There's like one that's like, oh shit, Tartaglia. Baldaglia. I'll tell you a little side story. so many conventions ago, somebody came to my table with, they painted the Mona Lisa on this large tapestry, or canvas, thank you. And it was child's face on the Mona Lisa, but pregnant with an alien baby. And I signed the belly. I was a little afraid to post it, so, but that was probably the most interesting thing I've ever been asked to sign. I'd count that as a meme. Anyone else? Yes, you. Does the stuff I voice act affect what I watch? I mean, somewhat. I mean, I've watched some of the series I'm in. Like, I watched all of season 1 and 2 of Kakegurui. I watched all of Devil May Cry Baby. I would say when I log into Netflix, there's more anime that pops up on the front. You know, but it's mainly to sort of catch a glimpse of the work that I've been in. Yes, you.
Do you have any con horror stories?
Do I have any convention horror stories? I've only been doing conventions for like a year now, a year and a half, so far so good. Although I was at one recently where they put me in a motel, and I wasn't too stoked about that because your door is outside. But nothing crazy. Yeah. Yes, you.
Have you ever been recognized in public, just not at conventions though, like walking down the street and someone's like, oh, are you Griffin Burns?
Once or twice.
Is it weird? It sounds like it would be really strange.
It was, I was flattered, you know? Like, I was at a bar, restaurant, and I was out, like, on an outdoor patio, and this guy kept turning and looking at me, and it was like a 3-take. It was like a, and then he came over and he goes, Are you Griffin Burns? And I was like, yeah. He's like, oh my God. He's like, it's my birthday, and you're you voiced one of my favorite characters. Can we take a photo together? And I was like, yeah, of course. So that was really cool. It was, you know, like I said, it was flattering. It was cool. Yes, you.
So some of these series that you voiced in that you watched, does it like break your immersion to hear your own voice coming out of the characters?
No, not anymore. I think maybe, I think early on, maybe when I was starting, it was odd. I think a lot of people don't love the sound of their own voice, and you get used to that. I mean, I've done literally to this date thousands of voiceover jobs, and so you just get used to it, and the way it's mixed and mastered into a show, it sounds very seamless. So no, I'm not like jarred by it or anything. Yes, you.
I wanted to ask, is there a DC or a Marvel character that you'd like to voice one day in an animated series?
So, funny you ask. Is there a DC character I'd ever want to voice, or a Marvel character? I did book a DC show, and it comes out September 17th. It's called Bat Wheels. It's like Cars meets Batman, and I voiced the Joker van. So, I'm really, really excited about that. I've done a bunch of episodes. It's been a dream come true to get a job like that. I almost didn't audition for it. I was on vacation 2 years ago, and this audition came in, and I was like, I don't really want to do this. And but I sucked it up and read on it really fast. I actually didn't put a lot of time into it, and I guess that was the key to success on that one. I booked it. And so yeah, I've been working on that. So check that out when it comes out. It's like Surfer Child. It's a little edgier. Yes, you.
Could you do your favorite Doppio line?
That was kind of a cop out. Let me check the time real quick. Okay, we got a little more time. Anyone who has not asked a question, yes, you.
Whenever you play online games, do you ever go to campus, you voice mess with people, similar to how you voice actor does in streams?
Oh, no, I have yet to stream. Though, I just bought one of those Elgato whatever's to like hook up my PS4 to stream. So maybe I will start doing that, and I'll mess with some people. Look out. Any other questions? Yes, you.
Are you excited for any of the new Super content?
For which show?
For Genshin.
The new world, new region. I am not far enough in the game to even access it, probably. To be honest, I played for about 3 or 4 months, got to AR-26, got to Liyue, and saw myself in the game. And it's been a while since I've picked it up, so
Yeah, you wouldn't be far enough.
it's gonna take some serious time.
Yeah,
Let's
we'll
do let's do a couple more questions, and then we'll call it yes, you.
My friend was wondering how you feel about Child and Kaya together.
How do I feel about Child and Kai together? That's a scary one to answer. I feel like I'm on camera, so I better be careful. They're both nice people. Last question. You have not asked a question, right? Okay.
Do you have anyone that you ship any of your voice characters with?
Another dangerous, very dangerous question. No comment. One more question that's not ship related. Yes, you.
You know, there's a big demand for like ghetto or like sort of like lower the cost for your metal voices for voice acting.
Totally. They actually hired a metal singer to do the Agretzko. Yeah, he's I think in a metal band, and he has his own microphone that he brings into those sessions that's duct taped to his hand. And he like does the whole like scream thing. So yeah, for sure. Like also like Patrick Seitz, he's got a super deep voice. I feel like people that have voices like that are great for like Call of Duty and like World of Warcraft, or just like some of those fantasy games. Or there's plenty of work. There's work for every type of voice. Because if you think about it, you need to cover every demographic, every age. So yeah. And we'll call it there. Thank you so much for coming out. Real quick, I will be in the dealer's hall pretty much all day. So if you wanted to get a print, you want a selfie, you want to just say hi, I'll be over there for the rest of the day. Thank you again, and yeah.